Thank you.
Thank you very
again.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming. Okay. The next person to sign up is Mr. James Abercrombie. Abercrombie, please come to
We
the,
haven't voted on that.
No, you
Oh, we
didn't
haven't.
vote.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't.
Sorry.
Everybody else did.
Good morning, James Abercrombie for the record. I vowed to get my life back this year, folks.
Good.
Yeah, it pertains to a lot to this board, though. It's going to have a lot of help to do. I've been in front of the board several times in the past several months, and I've asked questions, and I've had no dialogue whatsoever. I've had no replies whatsoever. So I'm going to start putting in the form of public requests. I'm going to start with why I'm put on a watch list in this building. I'd like to have all the public information pertaining to that, any meetings pertaining to that. If there were not meetings, I'd like to know why there was not public meetings on this. Any pertinent information due to the fact that you installed a surveillance system in this building, to the doors, all that type stuff, I'd like to know why and how it became possible for you to do so. I've also asked about Sue Nelson's public records, and I've done that in the last 2 meetings, and once again with no dialogue and no replies whatsoever. I'm putting it now, well, I have in the past. I've asked for public records request on that. I'd like to have everything to do pertaining to it, all pertinent information. There's a lot more, I'm sure. I've had a public request into Ann Gibson for well over a month, and once again with no reply. Public records are going to be my issue, folks. I'm going to be here every session looking for public records on every little detail. I'd like to have it all. Any questions?
thank you, Mr. Abercrombie.
Yes, Mr. Attorney.
You recognize Commissioner Smith?
I don't know who asked first. Did you ask
Well,
first?
you were recognized. Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Abercrombie, I'd just like to ask you one question. Who is your attorney? Who represents?
I don't have an attorney. I am my attorney.
Okay. I just wanted to ask that question. If you have an attorney who is taking your case and who is accepting your requirements and but you do not have an attorney.
I do not have an attorney. I am pro se.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. You recognize Commissioner Reed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had asked a few days ago for the county attorney to look into what public records we need to supply, and I would ask the county attorney to respond, and if I missed an email, please forgive me.
No, I did receive the email, and I believe, Mr. Abercrombie, you have been contacted, correct? That
No.
Mr. Gaffney and Ann Gibson are trying to contact you? They've sent emails?
No.
Okay. What is the best way to contact you by telephone?
Everybody has my email address. I'm Mr. Gaffney and Ann Gibson as well.
Okay.
We've been communicating through email, but I have not received any email from Ann in months.
In months?
In a month.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll run that down, but I believe I've been copied on at least one email to you in the last week or so. Certainly, in response, Commissioner Reed, one of his requests early on had been about the difficult thing is when you make a public records request for a record that doesn't exist, how do you respond to something on a public record that doesn't exist? Mr. Abercrombie has a reading of the public records laws that is different. He interprets it differently from most folks, and so he asked for public records that don't exist, and because there's not a record of every time somebody has a conversation in a hallway, or there's not minutes of every meeting taken, because the cost to the taxpayer would be outrageous to do that. We will certainly try to nail down what records it is he believes he's requested that are outstanding. For instance, he's made a request about Sue Nelson's case. I'm not aware of, other than maybe the email that Mr. Abercrombie had in his hand, I'm not aware of some extensive collection of documents. There may be some emails about it that the query of the IT system will pick up. But I would suspect that they are scattered. But I don't know. I don't know what communications the board members have had with Sue regarding her case against the engineer, which is the case you're referring to. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
well, that's one of many. Once again,
One of
that,
any of her cases?
no, one of many public records requests that I've made.
So we're committed to trying to nail down what exactly it is that he wants and to confirm whether or not there are public records regarding that, and trying to be responsive to the public records laws.
Well, there's one in particular that Michael Herr responded to the county employees that Mr. Zabdui had put one across the website. He referred to it, and it doesn't seem to be existent either.
Is that Mr. Zabdawi's first kind of broadcast email? Is that
Correct.
what you wanted, or
That's
you want
the one.
Mr. Herr's response to that?
No, I've got his response.
Okay, so you need that first one. Okay, all right. Well, we will track that down for you and get it to you.
Okay?
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Abercrombie. The next person